Built in the 1990s, the Bibiheybat Mosque in Baku, Azerbaijan, is a recreation of the mosque with the same name, built in the 13th century by Shirvanshah Farrukhzad II, which was completely destroyed by the Bolsheviks in 1934. It is sometimes known as the Mosque of Fatima, which is what Alexander Dumas called it when he described the mosque during his visit in the 1850s. The mosque includes the tomb of Okema Khanum, a descendant of the Islamic prophet Muhammad, and today is the spiritual center for the Muslims of the region, and one of the major monuments of Islamic architecture in Azerbaijan. Gobustan State Historical and Cultural Reserve is located west of the settlement of Gobustan, about 40 miles southwest of the center of Baku. It was established in 1966, when the area was declared a National Historical Landmark of Azerbaijan, in an attempt to preserve the prehistoric rock carvings, mud volcanoes and musical stones in the region. Gobustan Rock Art Cultural Landscape covers 3 areas of a plateau of rocky boulders, rising out of the semi-desert of central Azerbaijan. With an outstanding collection of more than 6,000 rock engravings, bearing testimony to 40,000 years of rock art, it was inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List in 2007. The site covers an area of 537 hectares. It features the remains of inhabited caves, settlements and burials, all reflecting an intensive human use by the inhabitants of the area during the wet period that followed the last ice age, from the Upper Paleolithic to the Middle Ages. Gobustan rock art depicts flora and fauna, hunting, lifestyles, and culture of prehistoric and medieval periods of time. The carvings on the rocks illustrate men, ritual dancers, men with lances in their hands, animals, bullfights, camel caravans, and pictures of the sun and stars. The date of these carvings goes back to 5,000 to 20,000 years before present. Located in the Gobustan State Historical and Cultural Reserve in Azerbaijan, the mud volcanoes are a unique natural wonder. Azerbaijan has the most mud volcanoes of any country. Spread broadly across the country, 350 of the 700 volcanoes of the world exist in the Azerbaijani Republic. It is known for their small hills that occasionally bubble mud, and the flammable gas that escapes from them. Mud volcanoes are associated with oil fields. Rich oil and gas fields are found in the territories of mud volcanoes. NASA geologists studying the planet Mars concluded that Azerbaijan's mud volcanoes have a similar structure to the uplands of Mars. These are incredible geological phenomena that summon a mixture of mud, gases and water to the Earth's surface. Unlike traditional volcanoes, they do not spew out molten lava, but instead deliver a unique spectacle of thick, bubbling mud. They arise when pressurized pockets of gas and liquids beneath the Earth's surface force their way upward, pushing mud and sediments along with them. This combination of factors creates these enthralling formations, each with its own distinct characteristics. Yanar Dag, also known as the Burning Mountain, is a captivating natural wonder in Azerbaijan. It is a natural gas fire which blazes continuously on a hillside, on the Absheron Peninsula near the capital city of Baku. Only a handful of fire mountains exist today in the world, and most are located in Azerbaijan. Due to the large concentration of natural gas under the Absheron Peninsula, natural flames burned there throughout antiquity and were reported on by historical writers such as Marco Polo. It is claimed that the Yanar Dag flame was only noted when accidentally lit by a shepherd in the 1950s. Flames jet 3 meters into the air from thin porous sandstone layers. The flames burn fairly steadily, as it is fed by a constant seep of gas from the subsurface. The Atashgah, often called the Temple of Eternal Fire, is a religious temple in Surikhani town, a suburb in Baku, Azerbaijan. The name Atashgah literally means home of fire. The name refers to the fact that the site is situated atop a now exhausted natural gas field, which once caused natural fires to spontaneously burn there. Atash is the Persian and Azerbaijani word for fire. Based on Iranian and Indian inscriptions, the temple was used as a Hindu, Sikh, and Zoroastrian place of worship. From immemorial times, this was a holy place of Zoroastrians who were fire worshippers. They attributed mystical significance to the inextinguishable fire, and came there to worship the relic. After the introduction of Islam, the Zoroastrian temple was destroyed. Many Zoroastrians migrated to India and continued their worship there. However, in the 15th to 17th centuries, the Hindus from India who came to Absheron with trading caravans began to make pilgrimages to Surakhani. The Indian merchants started to build the temple, and the earliest part is dated from 1713. The pentagonal complex, which has a courtyard surrounded by cells for monks and a tetrapillar altar in the middle, was built during the 17th and 18th centuries. It was a pilgrimage and philosophical center of Zoroastrians and Hindus from the northwestern Indian subcontinent, who were involved in trade with the Caspian area via the famous Grand Trunk Road. The four holy elements of their belief were Ateshi the fire, Bari the air, Avi the water, and Heki the earth. The temple ceased to be a place of worship after 1883 with the installation of petroleum plants at Surakhani. The complex was turned into a museum in 1975. It was abandoned in the late 19th century, probably due to the dwindling of the Hindu population in the area. The natural eternal flame went out in 1969, after nearly a century of usage of the petroleum and gas in the area. but is now lit by gas piped from the nearby city.